Joe, why did you decide to sign here? What was exciting about it for you?
Yeah, I mean, just everything really. I mean, just the players, the coaches, the whole management. It's been awesome. Just to take part in this on this team. Obviously it's early and things, but just the attention to detail, the focus, the passion from the players, the coaches, the staff, everybody. It seems like everyone's pulling in the same direction. Everybody's really determined to keep working and improving, and it's kind of what I'm used to, and it felt right. And then Chicago as a city, a franchise, so much history, and I just couldn't be happier, and really excited to be here.
You say they were aggressive trying to get it done with you?
I just let my agent handle all that, so I think he did a great job, and it enabled me to focus just on football and the OTAs and the spring, and but it just happened, and just very happy with it.
How different has it been going from a couple of situations that were established where you get to go in there and the culture is already built versus here where you're a part of building the culture, not just on the team as a whole, but also on that offensive line?
Yeah, like I said, it's been great though. Everyone seems to just be really intent and intense and focused, and it's something I want to be a part of. And it's just guys working for each other, and everyone just trying to improve bit by bit. And like you said, it's a process. It's early, but I think guys like working here, and it's been great.
One of the sentiments that's been repeated since you got here is that they really want to lean into your leadership. How would you describe sort of your methodology in that department?
Yeah, I always want to be available for the guys in the line room. It's just whether it be plays or situations or time of year, anything really to talk about, just things I've seen, things I've been through, and then try and just kind of get a routine with guys, and work, whether it be after practice or after meetings or whatever, and just you just want to be a resource for the guys, and kind of show them my routine through the season, through the off season, and yeah, but like I said, the O-line room has been great. Just a lot of hardworking guys in there, a lot of guys that want to compete, want to play, and so yeah, it's been going well.
What are your early impressions of working with Caleb?
Yeah, he works really hard. Yeah, you can tell how much he cares about this sport, and he's always in here. Whenever I come in, I see him, and he's been doing great, and yeah, so far so good.
Say when you make a commitment to a team for the next couple of years, how important is having a quarterback that you think you can win with? How important is that in that conversation about whether you want to stay?
Yeah, I mean, it's important, but I think it's a team game, and you can just feel from every position group, from offense, defense, special teams, just the desire, the push to keep working, keep getting better, keep improving. So it really is a big team effort, and you can feel it from everywhere: coaches, staff, training room, strength staff, everybody. So it's really exciting.
You got traded in March. At what point did you really get a sense of this is where I want to be, this is where I want to sign and stay long term?
Yeah, just kind of as the days rolled into weeks, you kind of realize this is a special place, special building, special history here, and the people in the building, just make it even more special, and you just kind of, I don't know if there's an exact moment or anything, but you pretty early on I could just tell this is something I want to be a part of, something that I think could be really cool going forward, and yeah.
You and Jonah and Drew all under contract for multiple years. Do you view that as like an opportunity for you guys to sort of grow together in this?
Yeah, for sure. Drew and Jonah are great guys. They work relentlessly, weight room, film room. Every part of the game. They can tell how passionate they are for the game, and yeah, it's cool that the guys will be here for a couple years. That, and so it's been great working with them.
Caleb asked you at all about, what was successful with you and Tom Brady. We know he mimics a lot of things with the Brady diet and different things like that, trying to elevate his game.
We haven't gotten too much into the nuts and bolts stuff like that, but kind of just getting to know each other better, and just talking kind of ball in general terms and stuff. But he's a great guy, and he loves football. You can just feel it, and but yeah, he's been great so far.
It's only been a handful of weeks, but how do you describe Ben's presence and the passion that he has?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, being in meetings with him, you can tell just the intent, the intention to detail, his very high standard, which is awesome, and he's very good communicating. You know exactly what he wants from each player, very specific. So I think he's a great coach. He teaches very well, and it's really cool to learn from him. And yeah.
Joe, we got to see Ben get animated today. You've played for two different styles of head coaches. Which side does he fall on the lineup, and which one do you prefer?
I mean, I've just been very impressed, and just with his, I'm not sure, which one he, just during the meetings, I've just been just really impressed, and I've learned a lot, and it's just he's very, he just communicates things very clearly and what he wants and what he expects, and which makes it easy for us players because we know exactly what to do and just have to go execute, and so he's kind of just his own, and it's been awesome.
Joe, what are your early impressions of Ozzy Trapillo?
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, good dude, works really hard, gets in his playbook. It's a big jump going from college to the pros, and he's working really hard. Keeping his head down, listening, taking in everything like a sponge, and so it's really cool to see. And he's doing really well so far.
Tron's a guy who was injured for most of his rookie offseason, didn't really get out there full go till late on it. How would you describe what he's getting now this time around, being healthy and being out there?
Yeah, he's another really hard worker, really smart guy, Yale guy, and he's just it's fun to talk back and forth about with playing next to him and seeing how we see the game and talking about different looks, and but he's very smart, works really hard, strong, and it's been cool.
Joe, you talked in March about getting a team that everybody's pulling in the same direction. What's the process of getting that stimulated now in the springtime?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with our head coach. He's been great. Just communicating what he wants and what he expects, and the position coaches have been really detailed as well. Kind of breaking down the offense when we get into our position groups, and just you can tell with the walkthroughs, the workouts, the training sessions. People in the weight room, and just there's a lot of attention to detail, focus, intensity, and it's I love it.
Where did your wife match in a residency?
Hinsdale.
All set? All right.
Thank you very much.